G on the Fan and CBS Sports Network. And joining us right now is the men's ice hockey coach at Quinnipiac and now a national champion head coach. That's Rand Pecknold. Rand, good morning. Congratulations. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Of course, and thanks for joining us. And what an emotional ending to this for you as you've gone viral with the I Need a Hug. I can't imagine. What'd you start there, 27 years old?
I was 27 when I did. And listen, I wish I could take that back. I need a hug thing. I was so rattled. I was so emotional. I don't even know where that came from. But I'm going to take some heat on the golf course for my buddies this summer for that.
Yeah, but listen, you might, but the rest of the country that got a chance to learn about your program, maybe for the first time, and learn about you, it was very endearing, and I think that made the whole thing even more special.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could switch it out though. They're gonna kill me on that summer. I am just gonna get torched, but it's okay. Listen, we got a national championship, and it's just awesome. It's awesome for Quinnipiac University. I feel for my players. I have such a great group, high character kids, and really for my alums, guys that put all the blood, sweat, and tears over the last 29 to get this program. Even the guys who played before me, it's just an awesome moment. You really can't put a value on it.
You know, I'm just thinking, small school, you guys have dominated the ECAC the last 3 years. For those of us who love college hockey and knew that this was a huge game and you were playing against, a team that is loaded with potential NHL stars in Minnesota, that this was going to be an opportunity that you're going to make the most of. And I'm just wondering what you said to your team between the second and third periods, because you were down 2-1, and you came out in the third period, and you outshot Minnesota 26-6, and it was like you were all over them. You just couldn't get that tying goal.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember exactly what I said. I was short and sweet. It was just more about confidence. I walked in. I think I might have even had a little joke for him. Like, I just smiled. I walked in. This is awesome. Like, we're playing. We've had a great second period. I'm like, we got this. We just got to keep buying into what we do well. And, I was like, let's go get it done. And they were fired up, man. The team was so confident. We were down 2-0, and then even 2-1. Like, there was no panic. Like, we knew we were going to come back. Like, it was like the boys expected we were going to win, which is great. That's what you want from a great team.
Yeah, and by the way, Coach, you made the decision of the game, and that, of course, comes when you guys are on the power play with a little bit under 5 minutes to play in the game. There's a stoppage in play. You call timeout. There's about 38 seconds to go on this power play. You decide to pull your goalie. You decide to go up 6-on-4. You guys are peppering Minnesota. And then all of a sudden, the power play ends at 6-on-5. And out of the blue, you guys score that game-tying goal. So what goes into that decision to pull your goalie at that point?
Yeah, well, you got to have cojones to do that, I guess.
Yes.
I'm a big fan, or I'm just a big proponent of getting the goalie out early. Like, I'm like, let's let the power play end, and then we're going to go 6-on-5. Why don't we do it now and make it 6-on-4? And I know they can ice the puck. I get that, but we've got 2 extra guys, and if we're hunting and we're hard on pucks like we usually are, like, they're probably not going to get a real clean shot at it. And Cooley's coming out of the box. He's barely in the zone, so it's not technically a power play goal, but a big reason we score that, if you watch the goal, Grafter's got the puck on his stick, and we've got Sam Lipkin off the back post, and we've done that a bunch this year, and I'm sure the goalie has, got shot of pre-scouts, and he's worried about that backdoor pass, and so he cheeks the pass, and Grafter beats him 5-hole. So, in the end, like, I have faith in my team. I have a lot of confidence in my boys to make plays, and again, I see over and over again, teams wait too long to get the goalie out. You don't give yourself a chance to score that goal.
Talking to Rand Pecknold, who is now a national champion, Quinnipiac men's ice hockey head coach, as they win the Frozen Four, win the national championship, and of course, a tremendous moment for him and the program. So I know you're only 56 years old, but does part of you want to retire now after this and just walk out on top and just ride off into the sunset?
No. I don't know what I would do. I'd be bored out of my mind. But I got 4 kids. I got to get through college, so we got to keep working. I got a few more years left in me.
Okay. It's amazing. You guys scored the overtime winner basically 10 seconds in, and your players are talking about, because you scored twice in this game, almost by the same exact type of play. And, I'm thinking, hockey is so random, and guys have to know how to play off of each other. And I'm just wondering how you can have a play that you know is going to happen. And if you make it happen, in this game you made it happen twice where you scored, how do you practice that?
Yeah, it's actually it's a neutral zone face-off that we run. We got there's 9 dots in hockey, as you guys know, and we have face-off plays for every dot. Like, we're very detailed. We need to do that if we're going to beat the Minnesotas and Michigans of the world and Ohio State. Like, we have to be more detailed than them and be locked in on certain little things. Marginal gains I'm a big fan of. So we got to be a little bit better on everything than the big boys with all the first rounders. And that's just a play we run a lot. It's called the Jet. And it worked. So there's a lot of little things that had to go right. The decoy part of it, kind of switching lanes and some different things. But, sometimes those plays work. You see in the NHL too. Sometimes those plays work. Sometimes they don't. But obviously it paid off. I didn't see it because the guys all jumped up and blocked me from it. But, again, we're excited to win the national championship.
Yeah, it was great. By the way, my hockey team is going up to Lake Placid this week. We could use a coach. I don't know if you're available for a weekend opportunity. I'll pay you.
Oh, yeah? We'll talk off the air and see if we can negotiate a deal.
I mean, have you ever thought about leaving Quinnipiac? I mean, small school, great school. I've been there. I know exactly, the feeling around the school, and it was great watching all the Instagram, reactions from all the students and everything else like that. I'm just assuming that you've probably had many opportunities to leave there.
Yeah, I've had some, but I love it here. I built the program from, really bad Division III where we were, practicing at midnight, and I was part-time back then. So I've just put so much into it. It's hard to leave. And honestly, one of the reasons I haven't left, we love where we live. I got 4 kids. They're settled. My wife loves where we live. And, the grass is not always necessarily greener on the other side of the fence. I've thought about the NHL a little bit, but that's a tough life. Those guys have a tough life, and as much as I'd love to be at that level, I have buddies that coach the NHL, and they're like, "You stay right where you are, man. If you left, there'd be 100 NHL guys that apply for your job." So I love what I do, and I'm fortunate to have the resources here, and really, I've got a lot of longevity, so I've also got some job security.
How different is it from recruiting back when you said low-level Division III and trying to get kids to come and play ice hockey at Quinnipiac to now? After you put this program on the map, I know you had a couple of Frozen Four appearances prior to this, but it's got to be just a totally different thing. I mean, in the hockey world, in the college hockey world, you're right there on Mount Rushmore now.
Yeah, you can't even. It's funny, the guys who played for me their first couple of years, it's not even believable to be where we are now. With the rink we have and the resources, and they watch us go and beat Minnesota or go beat Michigan, and you couldn't fathom that even that back in the day. As I said earlier, my first year we practiced at midnight, and then one of the parents complained. And because we couldn't get ice anywhere, we had played in a town rink, and one of the parents complained about it, and so my AD grabbed me and said, "Hey, you got to switch times." And he did it for me. I said, "What do we got now?" He said, "We got 4:30 a.m. I was in high school. I was grinding it out. I was sleeping 3 hours a day and sleeping 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. just to get a nap. It was just crazy. To where we are now, it's unbelievable.
I can understand why you wanted to cry the other night, listening to you speak about building a program basically coming from Division III all the way up to Division I. But listen, you've had a lot of success there. There are expectations now, Rand. That's what comes with winning, I guess.
Yeah, certainly. But I think we put a lot of those on ourselves. We went to the Frozen Four in 2013. We have those expectations every year anyway, to make the tournament, to win our league, and to make a run and get to the Frozen Four and hopefully win a national championship. It took a little longer than we had all hoped, but I'm fine. I want those expectations. I think my players want that too, and that's why we get high-end players that come here and high-character kids and elite athletes.
Yeah, we were hoping that our colleague, Chris Lopresti, who's a proud alum of Quinnipiac, would take us to one of these games, but he hasn't offered, and I don't think he's... does he have the money to take us?
No, I don't think so.
Right,
I don't think so. So we're going to have to go straight to Rand now.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to call you next year. We want to come see one of your games.
Oh, I'll take you guys out. You should come. It's great. Our rink holds around 3,300. We sell out pretty much every game. It gets rocking pretty good. We can pick a good game to get you to. We actually have a luxury box up top, which would be great for you, Boomer.
Yeah, I'm all about the luxury box. Thanks, Rand. I appreciate that.
Rand, I hope, I know all your coaches are maniacs, especially the successful ones, and I know you're probably already thinking about next year, but I hope you have a lot of time to really let this soak in and enjoy it, and congratulations again.
All right, thanks, guys. Love your show. I appreciate having me on.
All right, thanks. That's Rand Pecknold, who is now a national champion at Quinnipiac, and he built that program up at 27 years old in 1994. He started that program to now a men's ice hockey national champion. I mean, that's not a Disney movie. I don't know what is.
And it's Quinnipiac.
It's Quinnipiac.
It's a very small school.
Right, exactly. Someone should. What was that guy who made that Kurt Warner movie that you know?
Yeah, Mark Chardy.
Yeah, Mark Chardy. Hey, Chardy, let's get on this now.
Let's go. Come on.
Quinnipiac men's ice, the Rand Pecknold story. Could be the new Moana.